I'm
Don't
Rikki
worry.
Lee, and welcome back to another crazy
Daddy's
busy
home.
week in my life.
Hurry up. Yeah. Niggas know they need to stop. Now I'm standing at the top. That's how I know you never seen the top. Sierra King parking lot, looking like that the city parking lot. The talks when I walk by, like you know it's open when you
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Rikki Lee here, and welcome back for another weekly vlog. Today I'm going to be making a very hearty soup. You guys already know what the soup is. It's zuppa toscana. It's my favorite soup ever. It's cold outside. As you guys can see, I have on my long line puffer from Target. So I'm about to head inside of Giant Eagle now to grab my groceries. So let's go.
Come rewind up. Girl, I get the money if you make you mine up. If you're loving every night, you make you mad up. Now only you give me love and make me nice up, nice up, nice up. I feel make you mine up. But I love you, plus I never make you minus. If I let you smoke it, you gon' lose my lighter. If you're paranoid, then I'ma spend the night. You think that I love you every day. Diamond dancing, use my money, I gon' pay. For your love, I gon' pay. It ain't making my DJs on. I feel this for you every day. When you call, running back on the plate.
I'm so excited. I got my flowers and I just feel so ooh.
How's your aunt?
The time is now 11:25. I started cooking around 10:45. The great thing I love about it is that it's so hearty, it's warm, it's filling, and also it does not take long to prepare. It's really one of those dishes that you're in the kitchen for max 15 minutes. You can just cook down the sausage, add in your bacon, cook down the onions, and then you'll add in your broth. Cook that down a little bit more so the flavor from the meat can get into the broth. Then you'll add in your potatoes, bring it to a boil. Then you'll add in your kale and let that sit and cook down. And you have a very delicious, hearty fall soup. And make sure to check out my website, therikkilee.com. And you can go to the shop page to shop the That Girl Planner, because in there we have these recipe cards. And that's what helps me keep track of all the things that I need when I want to make my favorite recipes. Because it's so easy to be like, oh, it calls for this, it calls for that. And think you have everything that you need, and then you go to the store and then you forget something. If you want to stretch yours a bit, you can add water to your chicken broth. So for every container of chicken broth, you just will use 1 thing of sausage, 1 thing of kale, and then you will use about a fourth of what you put in for chicken broth for water. And that's just how I kind of go about it. I don't measure things for the most part. The first time I made it, I used measurements, but now that I make it quite often, I don't measure as often. As you guys can see, it's starting to come to a boil. We're gonna add the kale in now. So, I washed my kale, cleaned it, massaged the greens so I could make sure any dirt and stuff could get off. Making sure we're cooking down our potatoes. And the great thing I love about this soup is that it all can be made in one pot, so you don't have to go using a whole bunch of dishes. This is a 1-pot dish. Now for the final taste test, we have our bowl of zuppa toscana, the most delicious soup in the land. So you've got to get a little bit of sausage, a little bit of potato, and a little bit of rice. The perfect bite. It honestly Tastes like home. Hey, so I'm on campus right now and I'm currently studying for my exam. I was just in the student resource room preparing another cheat sheet. I feel like we were just here like 4 weeks ago doing the same thing, and I have to change up my strategy a little bit to start, because I mean, like, we're halfway through the semester. This is midterms, and obviously you need to start like approaching midterms as not only like a way to beat yourself up, because I don't know about y'all, but I've never in my entire college career performed well on all of my midterms. Like, especially for my quantitative courses, math has never been my strong suit, and so I use my midterms as like a grounds to reevaluate and assess like my approach to studying, doing the assignments and whatnot. Like, do I need to start going to office hours more? Do I need to start looking into a tutor? Do I need to start recording lectures so that I can like listen to them again? Because for me, I learn by doing. It's not like you can just continue talking to me. Like, I'm gonna absorb the information and listen, of course, but I also have to do and like apply it to real life. Things don't make sense to me if I'm never doing it in real life. And that's why math never made sense to me. Besides adding, subtracting, multiplying, and all that other stuff, like, when am I ever using the Pythagorean theorem? Let's be real. I really just have to make shit up in my mind to make it make sense for myself, because otherwise it won't stick. It won't stick. But I made my soup yesterday. You guys saw that. And I put it into this little mug. Shout out to my mom. She bought this for me before my freshman year, and I never had a reason to use it, but it's cold outside. I will say the insulation sucks. It did not keep my stuff hot very long, but mind you, I did walk outside in the cold for about 10 minutes today, so that definitely could have contributed to it not being able to insulate and keep my soup as hot as I wanted it to be. A little kombucha, I got my soup, I got my iPad, I got my computer. Like, let's just get to work. So I'm really excited. Another thing that's going on today is I'm having a meeting with some individuals that are going to be having a planned campaign here on my campus. I met with them over the summer. I told you guys that already in a previous vlog, but I met with them over the summer and I strategized what their campaign would look like. I'm supposed to be meeting with them at 3 o'clock to discuss all of this, but I just wanted to tell you guys, you know, what's going on and how things are moving and shaking for me on campus. I'm still doing brand work. It's mainly pro bono at this point, just because I'm doing so much pro bono stuff that I don't have time to do stuff that's paid, and that's just my reality. But I'm going to continue studying for this exam, and I'll talk to you guys later. Last time we started here, this was kind of like the direction we were going in. It was informed by this sort of nostalgia. So I've comprised a couple of different iterations for the logo that you guys asked for. And the good thing about both of those is that we can have like a primary, right, and like a secondary, and like depending on where it lives and what we're trying to communicate, like we can interchange them. But we need to figure out next steps on like how we're gonna roll this out. So this is what I've come up with. It's a pretty simple strategy. I think simplicity is the ultimate form of sophistication, and it's also, it's really impactful. Good afternoon, my loves. I'm gonna give you guys a little OTD. Today's Friday, and we're gonna have a chilled weekend. Today, my friends are coming over, and we're gonna have a little spooky night together. Right now, I'm on my way to Home Goods because I'm buying some new fall decorations for my apartment. I need to buy 3 new large pillows for my bed in my bedroom. And then I also need to buy some pillows for my living room. So I'm excited. And it's so fall outside. Like, you see all the trees outside back there. And then my friends are coming over tonight for a little spooky gathering. So I have to go grab drinks for that. I'm hosting it at my apartment. I cleaned up earlier today and I prepared my house. So really all I have to do now is just buy drinks and get the last little things needed for my apartment so it can look nice and cozy. Little update. I went to Home Goods, could not find any cute pillows really that I like really liked. There were like these two little orange pillows that I saw, but I just really didn't like them. And for me to be spending that much money on pillows, because pillows are not cheap, guys. And I already have a ton of pillows that I purchased for my dorm room last year and my room at home, because I have redone that room. And so I have quite a lot of decorative pillows, right? And I'm really looking for those forever pillows, not forever pillows, but like pillows that really match the vibe that I'm trying to have in my living room. And like the yarn pillows that I have right now just don't match that vibe. Goods didn't give, and neither did Target. And normally I can find at least something that I like, but I didn't like anything. But you guys know, like, rejection is simply redirection. So I just need to find something else. On these two little cute yarn pumpkins to put inside my apartment. And then I also found two wicker baskets that I really like. I currently have a gray one in my living room, but it really doesn't match the vibe of my apartment. I also have like this white hamper inside my bedroom, and it's not cute, it's not the vibes, and it's also not big enough. So I bought another wicker basket to finally put all my clothes in it, because I just be holding off doing the things that I need to do in order to have money to do the things that I want to do. But take it from me, guys, do the things that you need to do. Now, as far as bills and stuff, I absolutely do that. There are things that I need to start prioritizing, like finishing up this apartment and getting the rest of, you know, the things for it. And that looks like, you know, making this happen. So yeah, that's where I'm at right about now. The wicker baskets are full and they're just sitting in my back seat. They're back there. And then I also got a bunch of drinks so that I could put those out while we have our little soiree. So I'll see you guys once Project Fall in my apartment is complete. My friends will be here soon, but I bought these really cute PJs from Target. They're like the cozy Skims, kind of like pajamas, so I'm gonna put them on. I got an extra small on the bottoms, so let's pray that they fit. And I also got like a medium large on the top, so we'll see. Okay, so this is what the PJs look like. They're literally so cute. The extra small pants fit. Literally so cute. I'm gonna show you guys my living room and what I did with the fall decorations. It's nothing too crazy, but I got these two little pumpkins, put them right there. It's giving me fall vibes. This is what I ordered from Pretty Little Thing Home. And then this I had from my dorm room. So I just need to get like a Vogue coffee book or something like that that can sit here that like matches the vibes. And then I just need to get a cable cover for that. And then the whole thing will just be a vibe, don't you think? And then I'm gonna order my lamp that like hangs over soon. Unfortunately, I didn't really vlog this day because I was so busy, but as you guys know, I'm the president of the Black Advertising Strategic Communication Association, and we had our 10th year anniversary event. We invited some amazing marketing and advertising professionals to come in and speak on a panel, and so this was my outfit. I had just finished getting ready, and I wanted to just show you guys what I looked like. But yeah, this is my life. It's pretty crazy. So I've been gone for a little bit of some time, but I had a good reason. I had to focus on my studies and pouring into myself, because just as much as these videos are therapeutic for you all, I really have to put the things that I say that I do into practice. And I really had to pour into myself and take time away from creating these long form videos, because they really do take a lot of energy. The organization that I am one of the founding members of, we invited Indya Moore here on our campus. I was an integral part of marketing that event because I am the VP of Marketing and Communications for that.
Would everyone else be willing to just do a quick intro?
Yeah, of course. I'm Rikki. I'm VP of Marketing Communications. Super excited to be here, and I'm so glad E-Man just got to pop in.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like if we can just get an approved image, likely if you can like get a few different options that are great, because sometimes I like to do cutouts, but not every image is cutoutable.
Like if students before the event could like enter anonymous questions.
Today, actually at 5 o'clock, we have an e-board meeting for 30 minutes ahead of the event that is happening at 6 o'clock today. Indya Moore is coming. For those of you who don't know who she is, she has 1.9 million followers on Instagram because she has a role on Pose, which is a really popular show. So we're super excited to have her coming here on campus. We partnered with OUAB, which is the Ohio Union Activities Board. They're an organization here on campus campus that is very integral in bringing really big talent to our school. So people like Jaden Smith, Kiki Palmer, things like that. We got reserved seating. Also, because I'm VP of Marketing Communications, I have to be taking photographs, of course, of everything that's going on. Later on this week, guys, I'm going back to New York. So I was just in New York for CultureCon, an amazing experience, absolutely loved it. But this Thursday, with my organization that I'm actually the president of, the Black Advertising Strategic Communications Association, we're going for a professional development trip. And we go on a professional development trip every year. But since COVID, we haven't been on one. So this is super exciting. We're going to New York City. They've done a really excellent job of planning out this entire itinerary. We're going to be visiting Spotify, Warner Music, Victoria's Secret, GNS Communications, and WeWork. So this is the OOTD. You guys have seen this set before, but she's super cute. She's effortless and she's comfortable. Since I'm going to be walking around taking photographs of everyone, I want something that's breathable, that I can move around in very easily. I'm going to hurry up and pack up all of my stuff, my camera gear and whatnot. If any of my family members are watching for Christmas, I would really like a camera backpack, preferably one that's like a nude color or black, because this current camera bag that I have is just not cute. One, I also have to actually carry it, and that's not ideal when I'm actually carrying other stuff. It would just be nice to have one that's actually a backpack, so when I'm coming in and out of a building, all I have to do is swing it on my back and go about my business, and it can carry multiple lenses. Like this one can carry, I think, 2 lenses inside of it, although I only have 1 lens currently, and that's my Sigma 1.4 50mm lens. And then I have my Sony a7 Mark III. That's what I use to take photos at events, and also to create all of my sit down videos and any of the like content that looks professionally taken on my Instagram. That was taken on my Sony a7 Mark III. I also have, which is very important, my USB to USB-C card reader. I bring this everywhere. It's small enough to fit inside of this actual SD card case, so I just bring that with me everywhere. I got this my junior year of high school on Amazon. It's linked in my Amazon storefront under tech must-haves. I've not eaten anything, guys. I'm literally running on fumes. I had eggs and some plant-based sausage earlier today, but I finally invested in a water bottle for my house, and I mean, I take it with me when I go on campus, but since I'm doing so much today, like, I don't want to bring this with me. But I normally will fill this up at night and try to drink most of it before I go to bed, and then fill it up again in the morning. And guys, this has been really helping my water intake. The bag that I carry every day is this one as of lately, just because I've been doing a lot of professional things. Like last week we had the 10th year anniversary celebration for BOSCA, which is the org that I'm the president of. I already told you guys that, but we had the 10th year anniversary. We had a panel with industry professionals from GNS Communications, Victoria's Secret, as well as Orange Barrel Media, which is like one of the largest outdoor advertising companies. They came and they had a really, really great informative panel for students. And then on Thursday, we had a reunion event where there was literally over 20 BOSCA alum that came back and spoke to us about all of the amazing opportunities they were afforded because they were members of the BOSCA organization. So that was really, really awesome. That was just a pick-me-up for me, just knowing that being a part of this organization is not only, you know, a great resource for me, but it's been a great resource for them, and I also have access to them because I am a part of this organization. And then we also showed them the rebrand, and they were very excited about that. We had like the first president on the call, and they were talking about how like they were integral in actually building the organization, because 10 years ago they, you know, were the founding members. So that's interesting, because this past spring semester I got the chance to be a part of something where I was a founding member, which is USBL, the org that I'm going to an event for today, and I had to build the look and feel of that. So it was just kind of putting in my mind, like in 10 years to come, I may be on a call talking to some students who are on the e-board, and they're, you know, looking to rebrand and reposition the organization to do even bigger and better things here on campus. So I'm just excited that I get to be a part of, you know, making history here on campus, you know, changing the way in which things are done, changing the precedent, constantly pushing boundaries and constantly, you know, setting the curve and showing people that you don't have to just do it the way that it's always been done. Like, you can always take it up a notch. Because that's what I'm going to do. Every single trip. I'm not going to just do the bare minimum. I'm going to do the bare maximum. And that's just how I am. Do you guys think this would be too much to have on this? I don't think this is necessary, you know? Also because I'm carrying a whole tote. As you guys know, I'm taking 18 credit hours. It's been crazy. So I'm just trying to balance everything and give you guys as much as I can of me, whilst also giving as much as I can to myself. Because I don't ever want to show up online and be fake or phony. Like, I want to be authentic and genuine. And I was just in a place, I wasn't sad or anything, but I was just in a place where it was like, we got to focus on me. And I can't focus on me by, like, not necessarily performing, but like showing you guys what I gotta do for me, because I had to do it for me, if that makes sense. This is the organization that I'm the VP of Marketing and Communications for. I was in charge of this whole rollout. This is what we look like. These are our e-board members, and then I did this like little yearbook looking photograph when we came out, and this was huge. Like, everyone fell in love with the org, and it was just like a big thing. But let me tap on it. Indya Moore, that's the event that's happening tonight. And then we made this TikTok and we did like a joint thing, and it's just like the but Indya Moore reposted it, and I posted on my Instagram story, and I was just saying that, like, you can do hard things, and I showed how she reposted it. Like, that's crazy. Every day I'm truly amazed by the favor God has on my life. I wear like a millions of hats and do it with so much grace. The me a year ago would have had about 8 breakdowns by now, but I have become so resilient because, child, the pressure is getting worse. Okay? I have people stretching me from here, from there, opportunities here, there, and it's just like, it's overwhelming, and it's a good overwhelming. So I don't cry anymore. I just like process things, and I figure out, okay, we can't just sit in this feeling of overwhelmness. Like, we have to figure out a plan of action to release or relieve a little bit of this pressure. So does that mean delegating tasks? Does that mean you know, turning things down? Does that mean communicating that you can no longer do something? Or does that mean changing the boundaries or reiterating boundaries? Like, I'm constantly looking for a solution or a way to get me out of the way that I'm currently feeling. Although I owe it to myself to feel what I feel, like, by no means is it wrong to be feeling overwhelmed, but to be feeling overwhelmed constantly is a problem. And I feel like that's how I felt in the past. And now I don't feel overwhelmed constantly. It's just some days where I'm like, oh Lord, like, this is a lot. So what do we need to do? And I figure out, okay, we can do this, and then we can do that, and then we can do that, and then that is going to give us a space of like peace, you know? So I said it's honestly just because, and this is honest, like, I'm consistent with myself, which has caused me to be inconsistent in other areas. Like, I'm not able to upload sometimes on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. But in all actuality, it's because I have to serve me. I have to serve me. And in doing so, that means taking time for rest, because being a content creator is a 24/7. People like to glorify being an influencer and whatnot, and it's great. You get financial freedom and you get all these things, but that comes with devoting a lot of energy and time. And I put in a lot of time into this platform for many years of reaping no benefits, literally making no money, not really doing any brand deals. And when I did, I'd make like $100-200. So now that I'm to a place where I am getting a return on my investment, while it's beautiful, at the same time, I have to continue to replenish and pour back into myself so that I can pour into this platform and give you guys good content. So I just wanted to express that to you guys and just let you know that, like, I'm by no means perfect, and I may make some promises and I may not be able to keep them. And I just want you to know that, like, I am all for introducing you guys to a vibe that I can maintain. And I'm trying to figure out a structure that works for me. Like, does that mean operating seasonally? Like, you know, I produce so much content for you guys each semester, and then there's a hiatus of a couple of months where I'm devoting my time to exams and things like that, and then I come back, and then it's like season premiere, like treating my platform like a show would, or having like mid-season breaks and things like that, but actually communicating that to you through videos and having like a little break at the end and just saying like, this is the season finale or something like that. I don't know, and I'm trying to figure that out, but let me know some feedback on what you guys would like to see. I know you guys want longer vlogs, you want hour-long vlogs, which I can give you, which is no problem, because I looked at my stats, and the average amount of time that I keep you guys' attention is almost 20 minutes. If that is not an amazing metric, I don't know what is, because that means that for 20 minutes, some people's videos aren't even 20 minutes long. And so the fact that you guys can watch me straight for 20 minutes of me talking and telling you guys about my day, my life, what's going on, says a lot about not only the editing that I'm doing, but also the fact that you guys are really devoted to like hearing my story and learning more about me. So yeah, that's all that I wanted to say. I'm gonna head out now. It is now 5:42 or 4:42. The time went back. It's 4:42, so I'm about to head out. So, and one thing I wanted to tell y'all is that I finally invested in a sticky pad. It's another thing that I've been trying to do in this season of my life is stop waiting for someone else to tell me what I need to do in order to get me to the next place. Thing is, the reason why we're so great at working for other people is because other people tell us what we need to do in order to be great. And when you are someone that is self-employed, that is a social entrepreneur, solo entrepreneur, like literally any of those things, it's so easy to wait for someone else to tell you what you need to do in order to get you to the next place, which you already know. So do it.
The 21st on Zoom for 30 minutes. Quick updates before Thanksgiving, so we don't need to meet on the 28th.
That's fine with me.
But with the 28th, we're meeting with the org.
Correct. So what are you?
I'm confused.
So
You're
he's
saying so we don't have to meet on
an e-board meeting.
Right. So we don't have to do an e-board meeting.
So it's 2 hours.
The org meeting.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
I'm not opposed.
When we do the org meeting on the 28th, it can be boom, boom, boom.
I need to get this
boom,
ticket.
boom. Chill.
Okay.
I didn't even get my ticket. I was so busy trying to get in here. Hi, an order for Rikki.
I'm sorry.
For Rikki. Yeah. Perfect. Thank you so much. You too. Now it's time for the meet and greet. I just picked up some food because I don't know if they're going to have food for us. Guys, the e-board meeting went really well. It was just 30 minutes. We focused on a bunch of solutions to some pressing issues that we were having with a multitude of different things, and it was very effective, so that was good. And now I'm actually trying to put something on. So I just picked my reserved seat in the front row, literally front row, and I'm getting my camera gear and everything ready to take photos. I'm waiting for my media pass because they have like regulations and whatnot, but we can take whatever photos we want on our phones and stuff, so I'm just getting it ready. What's up, Mr. Boss Man? I said, what's up, Mr. Boss Man?
I just thought about it. So I know that we had talked about doing your role stuff on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
But before we even did that, basically individuals said that they wanted you to come back next year. And
Oh, goodness. Okay.
and you remarket for a position, but then they serve on your committee and then fill in when you leave at the end of that semester.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I just wanted to put that out there before we even met, just sit on it. Because I told her that you could just do be an advisor
role,
but it's whatever you want to do. So.
I feel like once we get the like ball going next semester, and like I really activate my committee, we really have like events set in place, like there's no reason why it should be hard. So if we keep that same momentum for this following semester, I should be good. Yeah.
Guys, which one should I put on my backpack?
Well,
Let me see.
I
like this one.
I do want to say though that like summer is gonna be just because the summer it's a lot of stuff. We're going bigger and better, but it's
we're going bigger.
So,
we're going bigger, so that means we're going bigger.
So I mean, I just think the earlier that you do it, the more.
Right, and I think that's a conversation with my committee members, asking them like, do they want to stay? Because then I will have to market to have people to activate during the summer to get things done for the following semester.
See, I don't think it has to be anything strenuous in terms of like actively doing USBL stuff. But I do think, like, for instance, we want to do a leadership summit again next year, but we want it to be a statewide leadership summit where people from other universities come here for a day. And I would just prefer for you to be involved in terms of like marketing, like aesthetic, looking at all of that, instead of like us planning it and then saying like, oh, well, this is what we're doing. We just need you, and I would prefer you to be like, well, I don't think like I would just want your active input.
Okay, yeah, I think we can make that work.
That's really the only thing that I would say.
Over the summertime, okay. Well, that sounds good to me. My knees is giving out, Joe. After we got all settled in, I noticed that they had our Black Student Leadership Summit dinner displayed on the projector right in front, and I thought that was so cool. Not only did they have that, but they also had our e-board headshot photo and the graphic that I created up there. And it was just like a really amazing full circle moment of all the work that we had been putting in for the past, I don't know, like 6 months. And this was the meet and greet with Indya Moore, guys. She has such a beautiful soul. And it was just a funny little moment because I was getting all serious. I started putting on my game face and we both did it. And it was just so funny. But she was a We're going to pause. We're in screenshots. Are you excited for the Black Student Leadership Summit dinner?
Very. It's gonna be great. It's stressing me out, but we're getting it together. I'm really excited. There's 110 people that are slated to come. I had to close on the RCPs because I was like, oh girl, we gotta pay with money. Gilliam is gonna be the speaker, and then now we're doing a panel of student leaders to come speak. So if you're interested in doing that, please let me know.
Of course.
Little old me? Oh my god.
Me? Yeah, I would love to, yeah.
Yeah, actually that might be really good because like, we'll obviously have people that are student leaders on campus and like you're a student leader for Bosca, but then also you have your own business and that takes like leadership on its own.
8:20 and I'm just now leaving. The event was really good though. I really enjoyed it. She dropped a lot of gems, like a lot of gems. I low-key need to stop by the store to grab the chili mix and some beans for my chili. And this chili is what we're gonna munch on for the next couple of days because I'm going to New York literally, so I'm gonna eat it for lunch and dinner for the next couple of days. We need to be saving our coins before we go out of town. You want to turn left and I want to turn left too, Pooh. So who's going to do it first? Because we both can't do it at the same time. What's going on? These people are driving crazy out here. I would buy myself some more fresh flowers because I've been buying myself fresh flowers every week. But guys, surprisingly, my flowers are still alive. They have not died. That means I'm getting a green thumb, y'all. I used to have a black thumb, okay? I used to kill everything in sight. Did plant food this time and sugar. The other time before that, I didn't do any plant food. I just did water and they died. And then the other time I did plant food, bleach and water and sugar, and my plants died. So I think the recipe is just sugar, plant food, and water. But that's just been something that has really helped me pour into myself as of lately, because when you stretch yourself thin and you're doing so much, it's so easy to just get so wrapped up in operating in more of like your masculine side because you have to do, and like societally you're not allowed to feel because you have to show up and be a leader in so many different spaces. And that's at least my experience. And so I'm really trying to allow myself to, you know, just reside in my femininity and just love on myself and love myself in my love languages. And one of my love languages is receiving gifts. And also my favorite love language to like express love is giving gifts. So that's a gift that I both receive and also give to myself that really just makes me feel important. It makes me feel seen by myself. So it's just like a great point of acknowledgement to myself. Like, I see you every single week when I buy myself flowers, and I love it. One thing I want to get into is baking. So I want to get like a little hand mixer and stuff and start baking cakes. Like, I want to learn how to make a pound cake. I want to make really good cornbread. Like, turning 20 really just turned me into a woman. And more than anything, in this past few weeks, I have only been giving my time to guys that really allow me to operate in my femininity. Like, they're so masculine, the leadership and like everything, it just makes you just want to be a girl and just like not think about anything. Like, I love when I can be around. This conversation is going everywhere, but these are like my late night, car fields talks. But like, I love being around a man and I don't have to think about anything. Like, I don't want to pick the restaurant. I don't. It's like I have to be decisive in so many other areas of my life that when it comes to social settings and outings and when I'm in a man's presence, like specifically my man's presence, I don't want to have to think. I don't want to have to think. I want to be given this space and be and the comfortability to be able to voice my opinion, of course. So I'm not saying like I want to be hushed, and just being able to reside in my femininity and just say like, baby, I'm hungry. Like, what are we gonna eat? And he just decides what we're gonna eat. And it's not even a control thing. It's a leadership and a masculinity thing, and being able to be decisive and choose what we're gonna eat. Because for me, I need a man that's decisive and can make the tough decisions when it comes to, what we're going to be doing with our lives, what we're going to be doing with our kids. And like, I just really love a masculine man, a man that can tell me what to do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like when I'm around a guy, I like, don't ask me too many questions. Of course, ask like, what do you like? What do you have a taste for? And most of the time I just say like, I don't have a taste for tacos. Like, I'll eat anything but tacos. And that gets us so far, like that dwindles down the options to chicken, steak, Italian, and seafood. And that's really my whole diet. And from there, he can literally pick anything. And we're going out. Like, I don't want to have to think. Am I the only woman that thinks like this? Like, I just love a man that really, really can, really. And there's not too many out there, but like, I will say, and at this point in my life, I am finally attracting so much of what I deserve. It's like, it's beautiful. Because before I was attracting something that was concerning for me. Of course, you're going to attract a little bit of everything. There's going to be like a variance in everything that you attract. But I'm finding more now than ever consistent attributes and traits that I desire in a man. I'm finding that in a lot of the guys that I've been dating. And it's been refreshing because it's like, Rikki, you've really done the work attracting like the caliber of men that you're supposed to be dealing with. They don't play games. They're decisive. They know what they want. They don't talk to many. It's like very, 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 very selective men. And like, this is crazy to say, but like, I'm honored to be the chosen, It's just a beautiful thing when you both are the prize and you can treat each other as such, because you know that you need to handle the situation with care. Because if I was to fumble this bag, I would be dumb. And if he was to fumble me, he would be real dumb. So it's just like tread lightly, like treat me with care, and I treat them with care as well. So it's just like a beautiful space that I'm in. I'm taking care of myself. I'm being taken care of, and it's just like it's the most beautiful ebb and flow I've ever witnessed. We have now made its giant ego. I've got my credit card and my phone. And we're about to go in here and grab a few things. Pulling up my recipe card on my That Girl Planner on my phone. I have the no-show app on here too. And I also got some kombucha. Kombucha is really good for your gut health. It's just really good for your digestive system. It's a probiotic tea, and it's kind of like, it's like fermented. So if you really like Sprite, you'll like kombucha. We got right here the recipe card for chili. So we got our diced tomatoes. We need kidney beans, beef broth, and diced tomatoes. Those are all in like the canned areas. So I'm gonna go over there. Got some beef broth. Now all we need is diced tomatoes. Some diced tomatoes. Oh. Where I got my water bottle called Reduced Coldly Mud. There's like this seasoning mixes. I'm not seeing. We have the chili seasoning packets. And I feel like that should do it. Time is now 8:55, and I'm just sipping on my kombucha, my passion fruit tangerine. This is the best flavor that they have. Like, debate with your mama, this is the best that they'd ever done, and it's always gone. Like, every time I go to the grocery store, this is the flavor that's not available, and that's for a reason, because the girls that get it, and the girls that don't, quite literally. So the tangerine just like comes through the back door when you're drinking it, and it's just so like it creeps up on you, but it's so good. It's just so good, y'all. You have no idea. I need to listen to a good song. Just listen, let's listen.
Why you on my case? Feeling, yeah, on sight, ooh yeah, babe. Shooting my shot like Jordan. I just wanna make you feel euphoric, yeah.
Things have changed around here in my living room a little bit. I moved my couch to this far wall, and I got a lamp, and you guys already know all this stuff if you're following me on Instagram, and if you're not already, make sure to follow me on Instagram. And I have anxiety because I have misplaced my wallet, and inside of that wallet has the business credit card that we need to pay for our hotel. And so I need to find that expeditiously, and so I'm gonna use much of tomorrow afternoon to find that. I just have some mango lemonade inside of a wine glass because you guys know I'm not 21 yet. I choose to sip my juice inside of a wine glass. This is practice for when I do get to come on here and pull up a real glass of wine on a Monday evening, okay? For tomorrow, I have quite a lot. I have 3 meetings lined up. I have a meeting with a company that I'm going to be partnering with in December, because it's holiday season coming up, right? And so I'm really excited about this just because I've always wanted to partake in like Christmas and holiday campaigns with companies. This is another opportunity that was afforded to me by the agency that I worked for, which is like why I always say, like, serve your current season, because you never know how you serving to the best of your ability in one setting can open doors for you that are far more in alignment elsewhere. So I also need to meet with my professor for accounting because my grade is not the greatest, but you are your own best advocate, and I'm going to try to show up to this meeting and let him know, like, I'm trying. I am a transient student from Ohio State, so there are a lot of barriers to me being able to communicate with professors as often, and I'm not on campus. Like, there's just a lot that's a bit different from the learning environment at Ohio State. So just, getting over that hump. And I have another meeting with someone from the Career Success Center because they want to collaborate with Bosca on a career fair. And we collaborated with them last year. We had a very small part in that event, and so I'm just trying to see, like, what do they want us to be doing. She's been reaching out for the past week and a half, and no one on my team has been able to get back to her because we were busy planning our 10th year anniversary and then also planning for our professional development trip. These companies trying to lock in tours and then also trying to lock in professionals to come in and speak for these panels, and I was like back and forth communicating with all of the people that were coming to the reunion and also the professionals that were on the panel to get their headshots and their bios and all this stuff so that we could have that information to even market the event. And so it's just a lot. Today was just a reminder, though, that, like, it may not look like there is a rhyme or a reason or, a purpose for everything that I'm doing. I may not be able to see the exact impact. But in a lot of the stuff that I do these days, I see the direct impact, and it keeps me going. You guys text me, message me, repost, like, nearly almost every day of the week now, the Get Out of Your Own Way episode of That Girl Radio. And for those of you who are new here, I do have a podcast. It's called That Girl Radio. It's at the intersection of culture, self-help, faith, entrepreneurship, like literally everything that's here, but it's just like sit down, talk, literally nothing else involved of like my life. You just sit down and listen to me ramble for 30 minutes at a time about a variety of different topics. And I'm very excited about this season that's coming up because there's a lot that I want to discuss. And I'm 20. I had an amazing experience in New York this past summer, getting to immerse myself in a new city, new culture, new vibes, and then also, exploring being an adult and adulthood. I have my own apartment now. Like, there's a lot that has changed in a matter of like 6 months, and I haven't been on my podcast for over 6 months now. So it's going to be interesting subject matter, and I want to get real, and I want to get raw, and I want to just be honest with you guys. I'm really coming into myself, and it feels good. October was like amazing to me. It was the most amazing month of my life. I had so many opportunities and so many things that were like put onto my plate, but I realized that God had given me so many different assignments before to prepare me for now, because had I not done the work previously, I would have been overwhelmed and I would be crying and I would be, but I have not gotten to that space yet, which is so interesting to me. And I'm proud. I'm very proud because that means I've gotten better coping mechanisms. I've learned how to work through and solve my problems instead of just sitting in my problems. And now I'm figuring out and understanding that worldly problems are not real problems. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you focus on the problem, you magnify it, and the goal is prayer, faith, and work. So I can pray I can do something and then I can just give it to God. And I know I've done all that I can, because what we have to realize is, as humans, we are not him. Okay, we're not him. Like, we can't solve every problem. And although we may think that because we have the resources or the skill sets or the this or the that or the connections, that it's going to open the door, but God will quickly remind you and humble you and reassure for you that you are not where you are by happenstance or because of what you've done. It's because of what he's done. And I constantly have to remind myself that, because I'd rather be humbled by y'all than be humbled by him. Okay, so I like to keep my head on a swivel, my heart grounded, and just remain with a stance of humility, because I am not where I am today because I stepped on the backs of others. I'm here today because I stand with others, I work with others, I encourage others. I have community that's built on, you know, doing things, taking up space, but also making room for more of us. And I really believe in that. And I will always stand 10 toes down on that. I think there's more than enough room and space for everybody to get a slice of the pie. Because the crab in a barrel mindset really serves no one. It quite literally serves no one. So how about we help each other succeed, and then we all can make it out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's just where I'm at right now. But I do need to go to bed. It's currently 12:15. Good night.
Yeah, my mind. Yeah, my mind.
I ain't got a clue, bro.
I said 5 in the morning. I wake up to 5 for my earnings. Fear in my mind is a warning. Pray to the one you're relying. I've been wandering all day. Try to be fine, but I can't be. The noise in my mind wouldn't leave me. Try to get by, but I'm burning.
I just got off of Zoom with my professor. And as you guys know, my situation, I'm taking 18 credit hours. I'm the president of an org, the VP of communications for another org. I'm balancing full-time content creating, and I'm taking 4 quantitative classes: business operations management, business statistics, and both accountings at Columbus State. And so on top of an corporate entrepreneurship class and a product design class. And so there's just a lot on my plate, and I have been balancing my mental health well, but that has come at the cost of just being like, we gonna do this assignment when we do this assignment, or it comes down to the wire and I'm just like, I'm gonna do it tomorrow, and then something else comes up tomorrow and then the assignment doesn't get done. And so it's just been a struggle balancing everything. And when I'm outside of class, I'm planning an event, I'm communicating with this person, that person, and making sure that things are happening. And so we're on week 11 now, and things have just fallen apart in one of these classes. And so I went to office hours and I communicated with my professor, like, you know, I'm really trying to grasp the material, and it's just like, I don't know what to do. And he's like, well, in all honesty, I think you should drop the class. And I'm like, well, I can't do that because with my scholarship, I'm only afforded 8 semesters. So I have to be very strategic. And these are prerequisite courses to my business core classes. Like, I need to pass this. And he's like, okay. He said, what do you want to do? And so I told him exactly what I wanted to do. I said, well, if you give me a date, I will make up all of the missing assignments, if you would be so gracious. And he's like, well, you know, I normally don't do that, but I'm willing to make the exception for you. If you're willing to put in the work, we'll make sure that you pass. And I said, okay, I'll come here to office hours every week around this time. I get out of class at 10:50. I'll make sure that I'm here with any questions that I have regarding the material so that we can go over it. And he said, okay. So I'm going to have to do just what I said. Come to these office hours to hold myself accountable and also get all of these assignments done by the 24th. So yeah, that's my predicament now. But this is an example. Like, I want to be real with you guys and show you that even I fall short. Like, it may look like I have it all together, and you guys may think I have a 4.0 and I'm just out here crushing these classes and stuff. But like, business school is not easy. Business school is tough, especially when it comes down to the quantitative courses, because it's not just a regular calculus class where you're computing numbers. Like, there's real life concepts, and there's things that you have to grasp within 16 weeks that a lot of people do on the day-to-day for an entire like career choice, you know what I'm saying? And because they're trying to expose you to so many different facets across the board in business, it can be a little overwhelming. And for me, I just want to go into marketing. Like, I understand, I got to see in my internship over the summer that there are some snippets of stats that are important. Like, you're gonna have to know how to, you know, test for certain things in populations. However, it's not easy. And the easier road traveled for me would have been my freshman year, listening to the girl who came into Starbucks and told me that she switched out of the business school into the College of Arts and Sciences to learn the School of Communications, because business school doesn't teach you the fundamentals of PR and crisis management and communication and things like that. They just teach you, you know, kind of sales, marketing tactics. And you don't get that until your fourth year. And she told me this, but I'm like, you know what? In society, a business degree holds more weight than a communications degree. And we've had this conversation a multitude of times on my channel. But in my mind, that's what it feels like. However, marketing makes the world go round. PR makes the world go round. It really depends on who your client is and who you're working with. That's gonna, you know, determine your pay. And finding that I don't even want to go into marketing anymore. I really want to go into like PR, brand management, strategy, like something along those lines of creating experiences around not only, you know, places and spaces, but also individuals. And I'm learning a lot from these classes, don't get me wrong. Like, I try to keep my mind open and like how to apply it to my own business and what I've got going on. But I will say it is rather exhausting having to go from one quantitative class to another quantitative class. This equation, that equation. Like, guys, I literally am driving myself insane trying to learn and grasp all this material. And to add fuel to the fire, I have not met personally face to face with my advisor since what? My freshman year. She's never available. It's like literally so hard to schedule an appointment with her. And so for most of my college career, I've been kind of leading myself blindly through scheduling courses and getting things done. And I picked up a double minor in my freshman year. And so a lot of the classes that I should have been taking, like the prereqs for the business core, I was filling up my schedule with my minor courses because I enjoy them. Entrepreneurship and innovation and professional writing are like very, very fun courses to take. And they're also very relaxing. Like, it doesn't feel like work because it's work that I enjoy doing. But these quantitative classes, y'all, are killing me. But this is a testament to say that you truly are your own best advocate. You can't expect for people to do things for you, or people to vouch for you, or people to want to help you if you don't tell them how they can. And he did just that. He said, what do you want to do? And I told him exactly what he could do for me. And that's let me make up these assignments. So we have until the 24th. I'm going to make all of them up, and I'm going to do my due diligence, come there every Tuesday to get some help, and we're going to see where that takes me. But it's important that I be honest with you guys so that you have honest expectations of what college is like, because it's not sunshine and rainbows. You go to class, you take a test, and it's just like you get it. Some classes are like that, but other classes it's not. I'm going to New York. Oh, I have like a professional development trip that I'm doing.
Yeah, sometimes we laugh, sometimes we cry, but I guess you know now. baby. I took a half and she took the whole thing.
It was just very, very nice, and not to mention the view inside of their office. Like, you could see the Empire State Building, the Macy's building. Like, you could just see so much stuff. So from Warner Music, y'all, he literally was an A&R for Music Soul Child, Big Sean, Trey Songz. Like, the catalog, the list was long.
Shawty come sit on my lap.